I think the issue is people want more. They want more, and not just more in terms of like more content, but just more variety.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. My name is Cameron. I have here.
My name is Danny.
This show is Jim Talk, and today we are going through our Legit or Shit series. We're going to be talking about fitness influencers, all the things encompassing fitness influencers and how the public perceives what they do as credible, and whether those novel exercises, fitness advice, whatever it is, are those things credible, and should you be listening to them? And Danny, let's go ahead and let's kind of talk about this in the context of when you see an influencer and it's a jacked person.
Yep.
And they're doing something novel, but it's obscure. Is that something that the public should be taking as the word, and that is the thing that I need to do in order to get jacked?
Obviously, the answer is no.
We can look at it as the answer is no. It's insane, and you see so many of them. It's kind of like the problem that I have with it, and the problem that I've seen arise over the years, especially with the social media platforms competing with one another, is that they're trying to get people on their platform and stay on their platform for as long as possible. And one of the ways that they're doing that is they're pushing out content that is more novel, more outrageous, more obscure. It gets people to their page, following them. And we as human beings, we're hierarchical creatures. So people who we see that have a larger following, we deem as being the
More valid. They have more validity to their words.
Correct. But we don't filter through whether what they're doing is legit or shit, you know, in the most accurate form.
You did it. You did the thing.
I did the thing.
You said the thing.
I said the thing, right? I said the thing about what we were doing.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's not to say that, our perspectives are the end-all, be-all of what is legit or shit, but I think you and I both come from a different background and have different professional approaches on things, and we know when something is like could be a good option or when something is just straight eyewash. We can be honest about that. I feel like we're both good at acknowledging when things might have some utility in certain specific situations or under certain circumstances, and where other things are just doing it for the views, man.
Yeah.
And there's so much of that out there from like crazy novel exercises that no one should ever do if they like enjoy having their spine. Some crazy like nutrition advice about I eat bull testicles every day and it helps me be jacked. Just crazy stuff.
I don't know who could possibly.
I don't know who would be doing
who
that
that
either.
person is.
But I don't know who would be doing that. But the truth still stands, and like you were saying, the unfortunate situation and the reality around social media is that the stuff that it works and that is beneficial and that will progress you towards your goals isn't pretty. It isn't really obscure. It's not going to get clicks. You have to do the basics.
You absolutely have to do the basics. And I have found, especially with what I choose to record and what I want to post, is boring. It is the stuff that is shown to work, but people can only see that so many damn times before they go like, all right, I've already seen it. You're doing another.
I want something new.
Yeah, you're doing another, back row, or you're doing whatever. Hey, you're squatting again. Oh my God. But it's the thing that works.
Yeah.
It's progressive overload.
I think the issue is people want more. They want more, and not just more in terms of like more content, but just more variety. They want stuff they haven't seen before. And the sad reality is a good, just influencer, in my opinion, will keep harping and preaching on the things that we know work.
Yeah.
And it's not very often something new comes out in the science-based community where we learn that, oh shit, maybe we've been wrong about how we've been doing this and we should mix it up. That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Maybe once a year maximum.
I feel like oftentimes the new research that comes out validates the principles that we know.
That we've been doing already, yeah. And so I really feel like it's not sexy, it's not fun, it's probably not going to get a lot of clicks, but you have to do the basics and just keep progressive overloading. Stay in a calorie deficit to lose weight. Go in a calorie surplus to gain weight. Progressive overload again. Do it all over again.
Yeah.
It's so simple, and it's like it's the reality of the world, and people want to click on stuff that's not easy or not simple. Rather, they want to click on the complicated stuff.
Yeah. And I think there's something that ties into this, and we've discussed this before. And it's this idea that, well, if it's new and it gets people moving, then it's inherently good. And I don't necessarily agree with that, because when you're going into the gym, we're trying to do three things. We're trying to either get stronger, build muscle, or change our body composition. And I feel like people who are going in and trying these new novel exercises or whatever are just ending up wasting their time. They're buying into what this person's doing because that person's jacked out of their mind and is the thing that they want to look like. But they don't understand that that's probably just something that they're doing just to get the clicks, just to get the likes.
Just to get the clicks, the likes, or just because they're bored and they have extra time and it's what they do for a living.
Exactly. But you and I know, and most of the good prominent influencers out there know, that it's the boring stuff that works. There's a great quote in Atomic Habits where James Clear was, I think he competed in collegiate baseball, right? And there's this strength and conditioning coach that came by his school to talk about what he does with his athletes. And James asked him, he goes, what is the thing that separates the good athletes from the great athletes? And the coach goes, the great athletes are comfortable with doing the boring stuff. This means that they come in and they know that they're going to do the same thing, the same batting practice, the same pitching, the same lifts over and over and over again. It's the people who master the boring stuff that become the greatest, because it's what you have to do. And I'm sorry, but not everything is going to be sexy that is going to get you the benefit or going to give you the goals that you want to achieve, and you have to be able to think critically and discern, what is this doing? Is this really worth, putting in? And for the general population, they don't understand.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. And
Yeah.
that's why we're here, because we're trying to provide this context to people and go, hey, that exercise looks sexy, but it's not going to be as beneficial as this. I sent you something on social media, right? This guy doing a half kneeling, high pull. And you were talking about, well, what if it helps to train explosive power? And I don't think it does. In the context of what it is, I don't think it does.
No, I don't think it does either.
Because
I was honestly trying to justify it just for the sake of
for
argument.
sure, right? And you can justify it for the sake of argument, but I'm going to go here and I'm going to go, look, if you're going to do this for power,
There's something better you can do.
do a kettlebell swing,
Yeah.
do a snatch,
Yeah.
do a clean, a
Yep.
barbell clean. There are other ways to give you the benefit of producing power than doing this thing. And if anything, if the power was what he was trying to do, it's not going to get it.
there.
It's not getting it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I think what's important for me in this conversation is in the context of movement being enough or whatever. Like you said, we have the three goals, right? Between strength, building muscle, and body composition.
Yeah.
What's important for me is just people being able to acknowledge the purpose of each exercise. So if you can take one of these novel exercises and go, well, does it push me towards one of those three goals effectively? And if it does not, like that one you just mentioned, like the kneeling,
High pull
the
thing, yeah.
high pull, if we can all both look at that and say that really doesn't achieve any one of those three goals in an efficient manner, then you just have to be able to say, well, then I'm just doing this for the sake of doing this for fun.
Yeah.
And if that's your purpose, then, and you realize you really want to do it that bad and you're okay with it not pushing you towards your goals and kind of quote unquote wasting your time, if you will, then by all means, do what you want to do. It's a free country, baby. Do what you want. But just know you're not going to be working towards those three goals.
No.
And they probably posted that just for the clicks, just because it looks interesting and cool. And what's funny is that video probably got hundreds of thousands of views. How many people do you think are actually going to do that at the gym tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't know.
A handful.
A handful.
A handful.
Yeah.
Because it's just that. It's eyewash. It's just for the views. And like I said, if we can just all look at it under the scope of, does this crazy novel thing on my phone in front of me, is it going to help me achieve my goals? I think if we can just all acknowledge that before we even like it, even engage with it, then we'll be better off. Just scroll past it. It's useless.
I think it's good for people to understand too that a lot of social media is just entertainment based.
Yeah, at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. And very few is based off of actually trying to help people get them
Yeah.
where they need to go.
That's why we're here.
That's why-
We're genuinely here to help people and kind of sift the mush from the gold, if you will.
Separate the wheat from the chaff, as they say.
As they say.
There we go. All right, so social media influencers, legit or shit. Binary. I gotta
It's
go.
be binary.
That's the whole point of this thing.
in the context of education, I have to say legit. I feel like more good comes out of it than shit, unfortunately.
For the sake of the binary, I'm gonna go with shit.
Okay.
Most are shit.
And I respect that opinion.
But I think most are shit because social media encourages them to be that way. There are a few good ones out there. I'm not going to not give them their dues. They do deserve it.
Yeah.
I aspire, I think you and I aspire to be that source of light in this muck that is out there.
Yeah.
And that is one of the main goals that I'm trying to achieve here is to give people the insight in the correct path and not be just this
I will acknowledge in terms of quantity, most are shit. Yeah, most are shit. I do agree with you. But it's hard because then you have to frame it in the mindset, would you rather be without it? Do you think the world's better off without it? Like if you just got rid of influencers altogether, period.
probably.
Really? I mean, our jobs would be easier, that's for sure.
Oh
Our jobs would probably be better.
But you know, at the same time too, it does give us an opportunity to have a discussion like this. So
It does, yeah. I'm grateful for the shit. That's what
yeah,
we can say.
Grateful for the shit. You know. All right, everybody. We want to know what your thoughts are. Are social media influencers legit or shit? Leave a comment in the comment section below, and like and subscribe if you enjoy the content today. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.